The beginning of education is the examination of names. That may sound simple, but it holds a deep and powerful truth. Because what is education, if not the relentless pursuit of meaning? To examine names is to ask, what do we really mean when we speak? What lies beneath the words we use? What assumptions shape our thoughts? What labels define our lives without our permission? Socrates knew that wisdom does not begin with answers, it begins with questions. To learn is not to memorize, it is to uncover, to peel back the layers, to challenge what we have always accepted. Think about how many words you use every day: success, happiness, freedom, failure, love, strength. But have you ever truly asked, what do these words mean to you? What do they mean to the world? What do they mean to the person you want to become? Because the truth is, most people live their lives surrounded by words that were never theirs to begin with. They chase success, but whose definition? They fear failure, but by whose standard? They seek happiness, but from whose script? To examine names is to reclaim your mind, to stop being a passive receiver and become an active creator of your own knowledge, your own philosophy, your own truth. Education is not about filling a cup, it is about lighting a fire, and the spark is curiosity. When you begin to ask, what is justice? What is good? What is courage? Then you begin to see the world with new eyes. You begin to think for yourself. You begin to grow. Every great thinker in history started with doubt. They dared to say, I don't know, but I will find out. They dared to ask why and refused to be silenced by easy answers. And today, in a world filled with noise and headlines and slogans, the power of questioning is more important than ever, because when you question, you take back your mind. You stop letting others define your life. You begin to understand, to see patterns, to spot contradictions, to find your own voice in a crowded world. And that is the true beginning of education. So do not be afraid to ask, what does this word really mean? Why do we believe this? Who benefits from this belief? What happens if we think differently? Because the strongest minds are not the ones with the most answers. They are the ones with the courage to question. The world will try to give you definitions. It will try to box you in. It will hand you names, labels, limits. But when you begin to examine them, you begin to break free. You begin to understand that language is power. And when you master meaning, you master your reality. The beginning of education is not in books, not in degrees, not in classrooms. It is in the courage to stop and ask, what does this really mean? So ask, examine, question, and do not stop, because the moment you stop questioning, you stop learning, and the moment you stop learning, you stop growing. True education is not about information, it is about transformation, and transformation begins with a single question. What does it mean? Let that question guide you. Let it challenge you. Let it open your eyes, because that question is the doorway to wisdom, and that is the beginning of everything that matters.